Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to discuss implementation of MinHeap. So before discussing implementation of MinHeap, let's discuss what is MinHeap. So in MinHeap, the parent value is always less than the child values. Like if you see in this structure, uh, 10 is less than 15 and 30. So 10 is less than both of its left and right child. Similarly, 15 is less than 40 and 50. 30 is less than 140. So in MinHeap, the parent value is always less than the child values. So let's see once. Uh, I'll share this Geeks for Geeks link in the description. Let's see what is a binary heap. A binary heap is a binary tree with the following properties. It's a complete tree. All levels are completely filled except the last level, and the last level has all keys as left as possible. Means a min heap is a complete binary tree. It's a complete binary tree. What does this mean? Complete binary tree. See, binary tree means each node will have two children, right? This binary tree means. Complete binary tree, complete tree means that all the levels will be filled except for the last level. Say, let's take, if we don't have these nodes, then if you see this level is filled, this level is filled, and since this is the last level, it's not completely filled, but the nodes are as left as possible. For example, if I do like this, I attach 50 over here, then it's not a complete tree. Why? Because this 15 node should be as left as possible, means it should be here, because this position is empty na, and this is to the left, right? So what is a min heap? A min heap is a complete binary tree. Secondly, a binary heap is either min heap or max heap. So in this video, we will be discussing implementation of min heap. If you know implementation of min heap, max heap is just you need to change at two places, right? You just need to change less than sign to greater than sign. Rest everything is same. The logic is same. So in a min binary heap, the key at root must be minimum among all keys present in the binary heap. What does this mean? So if you see, 10 is minimum of all the nodes. So that's why it is at the top, right? Because if you remove something from min heap, this root will be removed and it will return you the minimum value. Na? That is why it's min heap, because it returns the minimum value. So what will happen? This at the root, na, the root value will be the less, like the minimum value among all the nodes in the min heap. The same property must be recursively true for all nodes in the binary tree. Max binary tree is similar to mini. Means, see, if 15 is less than 40 and 50, 30, and over here we had 100 and let's say 70, right? So 30 is less than 170. So this binary tree is satisfying our min heap property. Okay, now we are clear with what is min heap. Min heap is a complete binary tree, and the parent value is always less than the child values. So this is min heap. Now let's move to the concept that how we can do the main operations in min heap. So two main operations in min heap is insertion, how to insert a value in min heap, and second is deletion, how to delete a value in min heap. Now in C++, Python, in C++ and Java, we have priority queue library and header file. So we can use, like we can use inbuilt library and header file for that. And in Python, we have heap queue library, so we can use that. But how this is implemented internally, now we'll see that, right? How it's implemented. So first of all, let's see how, like suppose we have to do insertion first. We will discuss insertion first, right? Now first of all, we have value 11. So a node with value 11 will be created. Then 3 comes. Now just remember that a min heap or a binary heap, right? Binary heap is a complete binary tree. Binary tree. So just remember this, that complete tree has all the levels filled. First condition. Second condition was that the nodes are as left as possible, right? So 3 will, so what do you think, when 3 will come, will it be added to the left side of 11 or will it be added to right side of 11? Now since we know that min heap is a complete binary tree, it's complete, so the node should be as left as possible. So we will add 3 to the left of 11, right? It will not be added to the right. So 3 comes, we'll add it to left of 11. Now do you think this is satisfying the property of min heap? We discussed that in min heap, parent value is always less than the child value, na? But here parent is 11, child is 3. So whenever this condition arises, right, this means that min heap property is not satisfying. Obviously the minimum value should be the root, na? So 3 should be root and 11 should be at the bottom. So we need to swap these two because the child value is greater than the parent value here. So what we'll do is we will swap, right? Yeah, you got it. We will swap. So 3 will come here and 11 will come here. Then 2 comes. And you know that 2 will be added over here because we need to fill this level, na? So 2 will be added here. 2 will not be added here. Some people may think that 2 will be added here. No, it will not be added because first we need to fill the level. Complete binary tree has that property that we need to first fill the level and it should be as left as possible. So we should fill the level first. So 2 will not come here. So 2 is here. Now do you think it's satisfying the min heap property? If you compare this child node with the 3, see, it's not, oh, the parent is greater than the child, right? So this property is like, this is not satisfying, na? So what we'll do is we will swap. 2 will come here because it's smaller and 3 will come here. Now it's satisfying the min heap property. The root is smaller than both of its child. See, it's smaller than both of its childs. Now we'll go to 11. Now 1 comes, and since now, just pause the video and guess where 1 will come. It's a complete binary tree, remember. So 1 will come. I hope you have guessed it will come here. Now do you think it's satisfying the property? See, this is child and child value is less than parent, but this is not done, na? Parent should be less. So what we'll do is we will swap them. So the actual condition which should be true is that parent value should be less than the child value. This should be there. So over here 1 will come here and 11 will go here. Now again check 1. Is this property, is it satisfying the property? Parent is 2 and child is 1, but 1 should come at the top now because it's the minimum. So we will again swap. 2 comes here and 1 goes here. Now the property is satisfying. Now this is good to go, right? Now we go to 15. Now you can easily guess where 15 will go. 15 will go here, right? And I think it's satisfying the property. 2 is less than both of its childs, which is correct, and 1 is also less than both of its childs, which is also correct, right? So let's go to 5. Now 5 will be added here. So do you think it's satisfying the property? I think it's yes, it's satisfying the property. 3 is less than 5, which is correct. Now let's go to 4, and 4 will be added here, and also it's not it's satisfying the property. 3 is less than both of its childs, and 1 is less than both of its childs. So you see that this is our min heap. This is our min heap. Don't worry, we'll see the code, how is it implemented, but just right now we are understanding what's the logic, right? So every time we are checking, is the parent less than both of its childs, right? Both of childs. If it is not less than both of its childs, we will swap, right? We will swap. Okay, so I hope the insertion concept is clear. Okay, so now let's see the deletion concept. Let's see the deletion concept. So in deletion, let's see deletion. So in deletion, obviously we know that min heap, whenever we will delete something from min heap, we will get the minimum value. That is why it's min heap, right? Min heap will always return the minimum value, and obviously minimum value will be at the root of the binary tree, right? Root of the min heap. So if you get a query of deleting from min heap, one will be removed and you will get one, because it's the minimum value. But before removing one, right, you need to replace it with something, because if you if you do not replace, right, this tree is broken then, right? So you need to replace it, this one, with something. So what you will do is, this 4, this is the last node na? As in the tree, this is the last node which was added. So let's remove this 4 and we can swap it with this one. First of all, what we'll do is we will store in a variable this one, which is the root of the min heap. Let's store it somewhere so that it's not lost, and then we can swap this with 4. So 4 will come here. Now 4 is here. Okay, so this is done. We have returned 1, which was at the root of the min heap. So 1 is returned. So this is correct, but do you think it's correct? See, something is missing. We are missing something. Do you see that this tree is now not satisfying the min heap property? Min heap property was that parent is always less than the child, but here 4 is not less than its child. 2 and 3, 4 is greater than those, right? These. So now we need to uh, make it correct, right? We need to swap some values so that the tree is correct now. So what we'll do, first of all, we will find out what is the minimum value in these child, among these childs. So 2 and 3, minimum is 2. So we will replace 4 with 2. So 4 will come here and 2 will go here, right? Now since we changed here, so our control will go here, and we will check for this, that is this 4 less than both of its childs, 11 and 15? Yes. So it is satisfying the mini property. This is correct. So you see, now this tree is satisfying the complete property of mini, right? It's satisfying property of mini. Now again, let's suppose we got a deletion query again. So we will return this root, right? So we will store it in some variable value 2, and this will be replaced by 5. So 5, this will be deleted and 5 will come here. 5 will go here. 5 will come here, and again the mini property is not satisfying because 5 is greater than 4 and 3, which is not correct. Parent should be less. So what we'll do, again find the minimum of the childs. 3 is minimum. 5 will be replaced by 3. So 3 comes here and 5 goes here, right? So see, now this is again satisfying the min heap property. So in this way you can delete from the min heap, right? First you store the value of the root somewhere, and then you replace it with the value which was inserted the last in the min heap, and then you can just shuffle, swap, so that it satisfies the min heap property, right? So I hope you understood this thing. Now let's see how we can write code for this thing, how this is implemented using code, through code, right? So it's very interesting, just stay tuned. Let's create the binary heap again, sorry, min heap again. So 11 will be there first, then 3 will come, but they will swap. So 3 will be here and 11 will come here. 11. Then we will have 2, so 2 will come here, but again they will swap, so 2 comes here and 3 goes here. Then 1 will come, 1 will go here, but they will swap, so 11 comes here, 1 goes here, and then again they will swap, so 2 comes here and 1 goes here. Similarly 15 will be added here, 5 and 4, right? So this is our mini. Now see, this is like we are representing this like a tree, right? As of now we are representing it by a tree, but let's go to the article again and let's read further. How is a binary heap represented? A binary heap is a complete binary tree, right? We understood that a binary heap is typically represented as an array. So binary heap is represented as an array. Let's see how. The root element will be ARR0, right? So this will be the parent node, child node, left child and right child. Let's understand this. Now suppose, say I want to represent, like this is a tree, right? This is a min heap. I want to represent it in a form of array, right? So this is an array. Let's do the indexing of this min heap, right? Let's take this is a 0 index. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So if this is parent, right? If parent index is 0, child indexes are 1 and 2. If parent index is 1, child indexes are 3 and 4. So using this we can deduce a formula. The formula is that child, if the parent index is I, right? If parent index is I, child indexes will be 2i plus 1 and 2i plus 2. Remember these are indexes, right? These are indexes. We did indexing, right? 0, 1, 2. Let's see with the example. See, if if I take I as 0, means if this is my parent, right? 1 and its index is 0. If I take I as 0, what will be the child indexes? 2 into 0 plus 1. See, this will be 2 into I is 0, 0 plus 1, it will be 1, and see 1. This is the left child. 2i plus 1 is the left child index, right? Remember it's indexes. And then 2 into I is 0 plus 2. So this comes out to be 2. So this is the right child. This is the right child and this is the left child. 2. So if I want to store these value in an array, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and let's say so this is 6. So 0 at 0 index 1 will be stored. At 1 index this 0's left child, 1's left child means 1's left child which is 2. Here it will be stored. And this 3 will be stored here, 2. And how I'll get to know that? If I know 0, if 0 is the parent, its child will be stored at 2i plus 1 and 2i plus 2, which is 1 index and 2 index. You will understand, don't worry. Let's see further. So let's take, now I want to store, see, I want to store this 2 is a parent, right? I want to store its child 11 and 15 in this array. So parent index is 1. Parent index is 1. See, 2 is at index 1. Now what will be the left child index? 2 into I plus 1. So 2 into I is 1 plus 1. This will be 3. So 3 index. At 3 index I will store left child which is 11. And then right child will be 2i plus 2. So 2 into I is the parent index, right? Parent index is 1 plus 2. So this comes out to be 4. So at index 4, 15. So 15 will be stored at index 4, 15. I hope you are getting. Now let's see further. See, then at now at I want to show this 3 is at index 2, so this 3 as child, so 3 will be the parent index is 2 for this, right? So left child will be 2 into I plus 1, so 2 into um, 2 plus 1, this will come out to be 5. So at index 5 left child of 3 will be stored, which is 5, so 5 will come here, and the right child will be at 2 plus 2 into I plus 2, so 2 into I is 2, this is parent index, right? I is parent index, which is 2, plus 2, which is 6. So at 6 our 4 will be stored, which is the right child of parent of root node at which is at index 2, so 4 will come here. So you see, we have represented this whole binary tree in the form of array, right? And we can get any time any left child, right child, we can get it through indexes. For example, want to get if I have index 2, I want to know its left child, so it will be at 2i plus 1. If I want to get its right child, it will be at index 2i plus 2, right? So this is the way we represent a tree, a binary tree, in the form of an array. I hope you understood this thing, right? So this is the way we represent in a tree. So now if I want to get, like, if I have this is, let's take this I is the child index, right? It's the child index, and I want to know that what is the parent index of this child. For that the formula is I minus 1 by 2, so this will be the parent index. How? Let's see. If I is 3, let's take I as 3, so its parent index is 1, right? If 3 I is the child index now, right? Don't confuse it. I is the child index, so child, let's take 3. So so this will be 3 minus 1 by 2, so parent index will be 2 by 2, which is 1. So see, 3's parent is at index 1, 2, right? So these are the formulas. If you want to get the parent index, I minus 1 by 2 for left child, see, these formulas are given over here. I minus 1 by 2 for the parent node. For child node, for the left child it's 2i plus 1, right child it's 2i plus 2, right? So now now you got to understand that how we can implement how we can store a binary tree in form of an array, right? Now let's see the how we can do the insertion. See, now I'll not represent it using a tree, right? I'll be using the array only, so you'll understand now. Let's do indexing. It's 0 1. Yeah, let's not do indexing here. So let's take a array. We'll be taking a vector, right? We'll be taking a vector. See, so this is 0 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So see how we'll be inserting. So first of all, 11 is there. 11 will get inserted as the root node, 0. So just compare it with the previous implementation when we made the tree, right? This is the exact thing which we are doing, that we did over back then, right? So just that we are not visualizing it like a tree, we are visualizing it like an array, right? Now 3 will come. Now this is the 3, so 1 is the child, right? This is a child and we need to compare it with the parent index. So if child index is 1, how we can get the parent index? Parent index will be I minus 1 by 2. So 1 minus 1 by 2 will be 0. So we will compare that whether at a of 0, which is parent index, is the value less than a of this. Like basically we'll check that if the child index value is greater, sorry, we will check if the child value is less than a of child is 1, child index is 1. Yes, this is true, right? 3 is less than 11, means something like this is happening, right? This is So this is not satisfying the min heap property. So what we'll do is we will swap these values. We will swap them. So we will swap a of 0 with a of 1. Right. So this is the same thing we did back then, right? I hope you're getting it. 3 and 11. So this will be something like this now. Okay. Now let's see again. So when now 2 comes, so 2 will be added here. So this is a child, right? Child index is 2. Let's calculate the parent so that we can compare, right? So parent will be I minus 1 by 2, which will be 2 minus 1 by 2, and it will be 1 by 2, 0. So parent index will be 0, obviously, right? If something, this will be something like this, 11 and 2. So 2's parent is this only, which is 3 at index 0. So the formula is giving a correct result, right? Now we will check that is the value at child less than the value at parent, means this needs to be swapped because child value is less, so it should come at parent now, because parent value should be less than the child values. So yes, this is true because 2 is less than 3, so these needs to be swapped. 2 should come here and 3 should go here. So now if you visualize this array, this will be something like this. The tree will be like 2, 11 will be the left child, and 3 will be the right child, because its index is 2, its index is 1. So this is satisfying the mini property. Then let's go to 1, right? 1 will come here. So let's take this as child now. Child will be 3 now. Child index will be 3. Let's calculate parent so that we can compare. It will be I minus 1 by 2. 3 minus 1 by 2 will be 2 by 2, which will be 1, which means 1 is a parent index. So parent index value is 11, and is it greater than the child value? Child is 3. Yes, it's greater, means child value is less, so it should be there at the parent now. So we will swap a of 1 with a of 3, a of 1 with a of 3. So 1 will go here and 11 will go here. Now it's a very important step. Now we also need to, now our child index will get updated to this one, to this, so that we can compare it with the root, because we need to compare it till the root of the binary tree, right? So that the minimum value goes to the root. So we will not stop over here, we will check again. So this whatever the parent was earlier, right? This was a parent earlier, this was a parent now it will become the child. So this is very important step. If you didn't understood, just go back and again see. What we did is, the previous parent index now has become child, so that we can compare it with the earlier parent, with the root, right? So now what will happen is, uh, parent, let's calculate parent index for this child. It will be I minus 1 by 2. 1 minus 1 by 2 will become 0. See, 0 is the parent of this now. So we will compare is at, if parent value is greater than the child index is 1, so the value is 1, which is great. This is a of 0 is 2, so 2 is greater than 1. So this is not correct, parent should be less. So again what we'll do, we'll swap a of 0 with a of 1. So now you are getting, right, the minimum value will ultimately go to till, like, at the root. This is always the root, right? Because 0 index is the root, we'll assign 0 to root now. So this is our uh, tree. Now if we go to 15, 15 will be added here, nothing will change, it's fine. 5 will be added here, 5 parent will be 3, and uh, yeah, 1 second. What will happen is, when we see, when we added 15, child will be I is equal to 4, parent will come 4 minus 1 by 2, which will be 1. So 1 is this, 2 is less than 15, means parent is less than child, which is correct. Then I will go to 5, child will become 5, 5 minus 1 by 2 becomes 4 by 2, so 2. So its parent is 2, this 3 is less than 5, which is correct. Then 4 is added, so child index is 6, parent index will be 6 minus 1 by 2, which will be 5 by 2, which is 2. So at 2 3 is there, which is the parent, and it's less than 4, which is the child, so it's correct. So you see, this is our min heap. This is the min heap. This is the min heap representation, array representation of the min heap. Array representation of min heap. Now let's see the code for this. I know it's overwhelming, but it's very easy, very easy. Let's see the code. So in the code, right, I have made a priority queue class in which I have taken vector pq, and this vector pq will be this is the vector which will store the binary, like which will show the min heap, right. These are the basic functions, that if the vector is size is 0 means it's empty, so it will return true. Get minimum, if we need to get the minimum value from the min heap, it will be always at the root. So root is this now, so it will always, so whenever someone wants to get the minimum value, so like whenever we do min heap dot pop, so it will return the minimum, so pq 0, so it will be at the 0th index minimum value. In get size, we can simply return the size. Now let's see how we do the insertion. Very easy, it's very easy. Let's see step by step. So what we were doing when we were inserting, like when we got 2, we simply inserted it into vector, right. So if we got element, we inserted into pq, and we calculated the child index. So child index will be always like the last index now, because this like whenever the element will be added, it will be added in the last, so that will be the current size of the vector minus 1, that will be that index. So this is the child index. Now until child index is greater than 0, we will calculate the parent index, which will be I child index minus 1 by 2, and if the child value is less than the parent value, means parent is greater, parent value is greater, so this should not be done, so we will swap those, right. And if they are good to go, then break, then simply break, because the like the trees, like the min heap is good, right. It's, there is nothing to be changed, nothing need to change. And if it does not go in else, then it will go here. And then what we'll do is, if you remember, when we got I is equal to parent, as we got parent index 1 na, so we again compared it, we made it child index, so that we can compare it further with the root, right, when we added 1 na. So what we'll do is, we will make this parent index, which is this parent index, to be now again child, so that this loops again run, and we again calculate parent index and compare it. So this is simply the insertion, that simple, right. I hope you understood it. It's very easy. And deletion is also very easy. Now let's see deletion. So for deletion, if you remember the tree representation which we did earlier, in that what we did was, like if I have to delete from this min heap, now this min heap is created, right, this array is my min heap. So if I want to delete something from this, I will simply remove this, whatever is placed, whatever is there at the 0th index, I will simply return it, so 1 will be returned. But before returning 1, we will store 1 somewhere, and we will replace it with the last node which was inserted in the min heap. So this is the last node which was inserted in the min heap, because its index is last, right. So what we'll do is, we will replace this last value with the root, with the 0th index value, so 4 will come here, right. And we will do vector pop back, means we will delete the last, like what is at the last, we will delete it simply. So that is done using vector pop back function, or simply pop in Python. So see, this is our min heap now, and we can return this one, so this one is returned. Now this is not satisfying the property of min heap. So this is our parent index, right, this is our parent index, which is 0. We need to compare this 4 with the child now. If you remember, we compare it with the child and we found the minimum of childs and then we swapped it. So the child for this parent will be at 2i plus 1 and 2i plus 2, right? So 2i plus 1 is 1 index and 2i plus 2, when I is 0, this is I, right, is 2. So now at index 1, at a of 1 it's 2, and at a of 2 it's 3, means this is the right child and this is the left child. Now minimum of left and right child is 2, and that 2 is less than the current parent value, which is 4. So this is correct, this is not correct, right? This is not correct. Parent value is greater, but in mini parent is less na. So we will swap these two. So we will swap a of 1 with a of 0. So 2 will come here and 4 will go here. Now this is satisfying the mini property. So in this way we delete. So I hope you got it. You can delete 2 also and you can check it. So let's see the code for this also. It's very simple. We need to remove. So first of all, what we'll do is we will calculate the size of current vector, current bin heap, and we will store this first root value, like we stored 1. We stored 1 in some variable, right? So we stored it in answer, and then we replaced this root value with the last element. So 4, which was there at the end, comes to the 0th index, and we do pop back. Now parent index is 2. We'll start from 0 and we'll check until 2 into I plus 1, means the 2 into parent index plus 1 is less than size, and 2 into parent index plus 2 is less than size, means the left and right child value indexes are less than size. Until then we'll run the loop. Child index 1 will be at this index, child index 2 will be at this index, means left child, right child, and meaning we will calculate what among these two childs which is the minimum value. Like if child, will take a variable min index. If child index 1 means left child is less than right child, then we will store in the min index the left child index. Otherwise we will store the right child index, right? Now we will compare. If the parent value is greater than the whatever the minimum among the children was, that if the parent is greater, means we need to swap the parent and that child, as we did over here. We swap 2 and 4, right? And then if it's not that, means it's correct, so break. So it will break out of the loop. And after that we need to again see, then we need to again check for further. Like now see, this was the minimum index na. In minimum index, this minimum index variable, this one will be stored, because 2 was in earlier at this na. Now we need to compare this 4, which is parent. So this will now become the parent, means min index will now become the parent index, so that this loop runs again. So what will happen now is, see, 2 into parent index becomes 1 now, which is like I 1. So 2 into 1 plus 1, this will become 3, and 2 into 1 plus 2, this will become 4. So this is my left child and this is my right child, and this is my root. So I will check at index 3 and at index 4. 2 into yeah, so see, 11 and 15, minimum among these two is 11, with like minimum child, and root is less than, this is the root, right? And root is less than the child value, with minimum child value, so this is correct. So then when this will be there, then we will go in else and it will break, and we'll go out of the while loop and return answer at the end. Answer was storing the like the minimum value. So this is how we implement a min heap insertion and deletion. I hope you understood something from this. The code is very simple, right? Once you will dry run and understand, you will get it. And you can also check this Geeks for Geeks link, it is helpful. So if you find the video somewhat helpful, please like it, share it with your friends so that they also get to know implementation of Mini. And one challenge for you guys is that you need to just make changes in this code such that this will now uh, work as a maxi. So in a max heap, what is there at the root, right? In the min heap, at the root there was the minimum value, but in max heap there will be the maximum value, and the child will be less. In min heap, what was there, that this was the root, the parent was minimum and the child was, like, child value were greater than the parent one. But in max heap, parent will be greater and child will be less. So that you need to change in this code. It's very easy, very easy. And try to implement it and let me know in the comments if you face any issue. And if you change the code, please share in the comments so that other people can also look at that and, like, uh, check it out. So please like the video, share, subscribe to my channel, really motivates me. And yeah, hit the bell icon, you know the drill, right? So okay, bye.